Yeah, like separate, like from the story, not like the same as Fortress, where there's like multiple layers. So let's go. After the octopus was defeated, I fled the scene and I thought to myself, okay, I don't want to know what's on this boat that is like going to like fall down. Maybe there is something, maybe not. Um, it's still standing. It's not like going down. So I thought to myself, let's just go to the altar, the emerald scale altar. I still want to know if maybe I can finally get inside there and see what treasure is like awaiting me there. But then I saw a swamp dragon. I mean, it's supposed to be locked away safely in a cage. Unfortunately, someone forgot the locking up part. Well, I always wanted to be a dragon tamer, haven't I? Let's go, swamp dragon. Let's tame you together. Whee! Fireball in his face with my new green sword. I was able to attack him, but he is a dragon. Dragons means big skins. He's like, you want to go inside here? Well, then I have a question for you. What is going to crush you? I didn't even listen to him. I just thought to myself, all I need to do is swing my sword and trying to get some critical blows, because I already knew how to fight against dragons. Unfortunately, he was like really of big size, so I didn't know if I could manage them. And then when I wanted to hit his head, he actually blocked with his head. So I thought to myself, okay, this means just that I just should not aim for his head. So I tried to aim for his wings, and that was successful. That wing hit was successful. Unfortunately, I was also susceptible to an attack. And again, as dragons are, thick skin. Sometimes even my big sword couldn't chunk through it. But he, with his big claws, actually managed to put me down. I tried everything to actually get him down, but unfortunately, he was still so strong. The fight went on and on and on until I finally was able to beat him. He fell down on the ground. Then I looked at the cage where he's supposed to be, and there was a pile of gold. And I thought to myself, give me the gold. Give me the gold. So I took the gold and I went back to the city to buy myself some fresh new equipment. So after I finally have beaten this dragon and took all this gold, I actually ventured back to the town, and there I saw a really nice counter argument of epic superpowers X. And I thought to myself, you know what? You can get my you can get my sword. I'm going to get this sweet axe. Yeah, I now feel so much powerful. And again, my good dwarfs. When I came back to my fortress, my good dwarfs were like, here we found some gems, more gems. Look at this shiny gem. This is the gem of Equator Aquamarine set. Nice. Slapped on my weapon, pew, and head down to the Cutthroat Grotto. This is it. Everything else is cleared. The ship is a wreck. We have to find the treasure. It's in the ship. So I board back in the ship, and because I went on it, it was just enough so the ship now is sinking, because it was already leaking, but it was stable. But now it was sinking, slowly but surely. And there, the pirate leader came. He had a shark face and a little sweet octopus on his... Actually, an octopus on his shoulder. That's so sweet, I like it. He looked at me with a grim eye, and I thought to myself, what is he going to say to me? And he's like, this was all your fault. What about your insurance coverage? Can this handle it? I never heard of insurance here. So I thought to myself, uh-oh, I actually need to like get rid of him and get his treasure and then just go out of here and no one's going to know anything. I mean, pirates anyway. So I thought to myself, let's go to battle, and I fireball him immediately in the face and I attacked him with my new axe. He had not only the sword but also tentacles, so he kind of like took me and managed to get critical hits. Then I finally shrugged it off and I was able to attack him back. He then again with his tentacles, like that was like super crazy, and he actually managed to knock me down once. I then went up behind him, fireball again. Now I knew I just need to get rid of his tentacles like this octopus, so I tried to aim at them. Not caring about the weapon, about the weapon. Unfortunately, I didn't really actually manage to took them off, but then one of the tentacles fell off and it was like sliding, and I saw he is in danger, but so was I, and he managed to beat me again. Round 3, now only one tentacle remained, and I managed in the beginning to smack it. Now I knew this fight is winnable. He was bleeding all of his other side. He now only had the sword left, and only with his sword he tried to wait a little bit. His blood was like running everywhere, but I knew no match for me if he is down. And why not a socket? And he fell down and his magical sword fall on the ground. I picked it up super fast and went outside. He and the ship was slowly descending, and then I saw he had a smile on his face. And he was gone. This would be so beautiful with a socket. Why no socket? After I got this magical sword from the previous fight, I looked at it and then I realized, wait, it's actually not that as powerful as mine. So I just put it back in the stash and went back to the emerald scaled. And there I finally was able to go inside. I opened up and then I saw the next area was like flooded with foul smelling muddy water, and all of a sudden a shrieking Gorgon appears from the day deep. I avert my gaze and feel for my weapon. Swamp Gorgon. The snakes were disturbing. I tried to fireball, but she blocked the fireball. Okay, I tried to actually like swinging my axe at the snakes, but also at her. I didn't know what to do because she actually... If this wouldn't be a crit. Okay, one more time. And the snakes were like everywhere. I tried to actually hit down the snakes, but she just chew through me and it was over. I already knew this. Three times the charm. So she still blocked my fireball, but now her snakes were already on the ground. So I tried and I managed to actually beat off a snake. Now the fight could be good, but no, one of the snakes actually bit me and... Some of the snakes were actually falling to the ground. I now know this is my time. This is my time to strike. I don't care about the fireball. But then I knew, okay, now I just need to hit her. But no, she hit me again. It's over. It's over. It is over, Reno Pepperino.
Hello.
I mean, I got a luck gem. Maybe now luck is on my side. This is like for real, the last one. If I really don't beat this, I will go to 70. there we go. More luck. Give me them creeds. She was already exhausting, and the foul smelling actually appeared through her, and it's over, and appeared through her, and I tried to actually swoosh my weapon to this, but this foully, stinky, yeah, nose thingy, it was. So one day I actually like ventured, and I thought to myself, what should I do? Let's actually go to the magic shop, and looked at different specific things. And then I saw something, and I kind of picked it up, and it looked like seriously contaminated actually. So I thought to myself, why did I pick it up? And I was like, yeah, 10 gold, you can get this. Yeah. You know what? Just get this. Yeah, this is yours. I'm like, what should I do with this? Oh, do you know the tree just behind, to the left when you went to the grotto? Oh, you mean the swamp tree there? Yes. This was actually a healthy tree, but now monsters resided there, and everything is like swampy and toxic. But maybe, if you could refine the heart of the tree, it could can come back to the glory back again and help everything around us, because right now everything that enters there is going to die. I thought to myself, you know what, I am brave, it's time to do this. So I went there and I saw a toxic tree. Like there was like multiple small trees, and this was like one of this branch. So this plague that has befallen the tree turned the entrance into a death trap. I'll have to do some trimming and pounding before I can walk in. But the good thing is, I had a fireball, and it's super effective against trees. And I also have an axe, which is also super effective against trees. So this is what I've done. I just chop. This toxic tree, he tried to spit a little bit of poison in me. He tried to attack me with some of his plague ranks, but I didn't care. I just smacked, and then at some point he was finally going down. One more time. So, the next one. That was kind of easy. So I ventured forward, and there was again this ugly gremlin staring at me. And the gremlin had made himself comfortable in a puddle of green ooze. And displeased about this disturbance, he jumped out at me. Better kill him quickly before I get infected. And that's why fireball in his face. He actually fell down. He still managed to scratch me. It actually did hit a little bit. I tried to attack him, but because of this ooze, I didn't want to get this on my skin. So sometimes I actually just barely missed him because I still was like a little bit hesitated. I still tried to chop him further down. His bites actually were like truly something that actually were something, yeah. And luckily it was no real problem for me. He fell down as the last gremlin as well. He had 0 chance against me.
Good to
Globs,
see you.
okay. There I had a rabbit wolf. I already saw about the green color. He was also mutated, and yes, the mutated variations of the plague had befallen other creatures that came too close to the tree. The wolf that snarls at me seemed to have some sort of rabies, and this is why I fireballed, but he actually managed to block my fireball. What is this plague? What is this mutant? What happened to him? So it was just me, my ex, and him. And fortunately, Nice! Thank you for the follow. How? Like 95%, what? And he fell down. He fell down and I felt so much stronger. Now I knew I am able to actually defeat everything that comes in my way. So, the wolf was done, but the tree, it emerged, it said, help, you have to help me, and then the tree sneezed, and it was a slime bob. And the green ooze from the tree turns out to be the perfect environment for the blob species. So it comes a little surprised that the slimy blob started wobbling towards me. Yuck! Fireball in his face. Good that it happened, but I mean, it's a blob, so how should I attack it? And it still kept spitting on me and spitting on me. That was actually kind of like, ew. But I was still able to actually like plop the blob into smaller pieces. I didn't know if the hits were like actually getting something or not. And I've done it. Did I type something wrong? And I done it and beat him. And he was down. He was no blob no more. All the ooze just fell down because the fireball also desecrated this as well. Then I finally was able to beat all of her snacks off her head. Now only she was there. Only she was still standing. But I knew that she is going to fall at some point anyway. And she did. She did. She was no more. She was no longer. She was just dead. And a pile of gold emerged